Can see it. And 3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Q. Mark Bland joined by Cameron and Curtis tonight.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Now you're a former professional wrestler, such as myself.
I am.
And did you get to ever fight any really famous people that everybody should know about?
Took the lowdown from D'Lo Brown.
Took the lowdown from D'Lo Brown?
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a good time.
Did he shake his head a lot?
He did.
Shook his head a lot?
He was quite the nice guy. But I've been on a lot of shows with people. I can't say that I've wrestled a lot of famous people, but the Road Warriors, the Nasty Boys, the Iron Sheik. I've been on shows with Terry Funk.
I got to meet the Iron Sheik one time.
There you go.
World, yeah.
He was actually supposed to be on a stand-up comedy night last Saturday, and it didn't work out.
Really? Was he not in town, or?
Well, the night before, he did a radio interview and talked about how excited he was to be here and coming to St. Louis and this, that, and the other. And apparently Saturday morning, he called the promoter and told him that he was too old and in a wheelchair and he just couldn't make it, brother.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the thing I took away from meeting him, is he did not seem to
He seems flaky.
Well, he seemed like he'd been hit in the face a couple too many times.
Well, there's a lot of flaky people in every aspect of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I've met a ton of flaky people. Like, truly flaky people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cocaine.
I mean, it's kind of the nature of the business.
When it comes to the Iron Sheik, there's been a lot of cocaine usage, and that'll make you flaky
Sure, that
right
adds
there.
some of it, too.
All right, well, to move on, we are going to now dip in to the Tournament of Pop Culture. I like to do these at least once a month, or at least every once in a while. Lately, I've been on a once-a-month roll, which I think I'm going to just try to keep up as best I can. This week, or this show's Tournament of Pop Culture, is very interesting. Best Christmas movie ever. And so, if this is your first time listening to the show, the way I do this is very simple. I scour the internet, gentlemen. Like the guys in Spaceballs on the desert with a comb. That's what I do. And I get out there with my shiny melon head rest, whatever the hell that is. The helmet. And I lost my train of thought there for a second because I'm just picturing myself in a white helmet saying, "We ain't found no." And so basically, I scour the internet for the best of lists all over the internet over the last few years, as well as I go to multiple places throughout the internet and the wonderful internet and interwebs that we have to scour and find the box office returns for some of the best movies ever. And there's lists for every single thing that you can think of. It doesn't matter what kind of genre of movie it is, or actor or actress or anything. There's a list of like how much they've earned and who. Hey, quick, just for the three of us, real quick before we start the Tournament of Pop Culture. Who is the actor who has made the most money in movies in the history of film? Little minutia.
Them personally made the most money in there?
Little trivia minutia for you.
I don't know.
Martin Short.
No.
Martin Short.
No. I will tell you that he is black.
Is it Sam Jackson?
It is Samuel L. Jackson.
See, I thought it was that his movies had made the most money.
Samuel L.
He
Jackson
actually was the highest paid?
Well, his thing is, it's not that he's the highest paid. It's his movies have made the most.
Yeah.
You know, he's
been in Star Wars,
but you're going to make a lot of money off of that too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's not.
Yeah, he's not hurting for cash.
Yeah, he's not hurting for cash. He's not comparing with George Lucas. Then again, George put him in a movie franchise, which made him a lot of money. Basically, his movies have made the most money over the history of his career.
The Avengers hasn't even come out yet.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's
we haven't even started with Iron Man, Iron Man 2, the Hulk,
so the
Thor,
question
all
is,
that.
which person was in the most franchises that made the most money? Because
I think number 4 on the list was Harrison Ford, but he was in like 3 different franchises.
Yeah,
he's got Indiana Jones. He's got
trying his part,
he's got Star Wars, Indiana Jones. There's another one too.
And they were one to bring back Blade Runner.
Oh, he's in the. He's also in the one, the Clear Present Dangers and all that.
Oh, the Jack Ryan movies.
The Jack Ryan movies. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Best Christmas movie ever. I decided to do it on this show because we're getting close to Thanksgiving and Black Friday. And I know you're a big fan of Black Friday. I bet you are, just because you have all that the computer equipment and the stuff you like to do.
Well, we discussed earlier that I'm a bigger fella, and I'm just a big fan of anything black.
Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. So if there's anything that is made that is black, you're a big fan of it.
I am.
Black Friday, Sam Jackson.
It doesn't matter what it is.
PlayStation 3.
There
I think what you were getting at with the technology.
My can of Monster. I got it. No, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. All right, so I broke down 16 Christmas movies. And on this list we're going to go through, we're going to kind of discuss which ones we like, which ones we don't like, and we're not going to discuss why we like them yet. We're going to get to that. We're going to try to get through a little bit of the first round, probably in this first half as well as the next half, and then, we're going to finish it out with the finals and the championship. So, I'm going to read these in not any specific order. And after we're done reading these, we're going to make a decision if this is the final list or if we need to pull one and put another movie in there. So come up with ideas off the top of your head of movies that you think might want to be in here. On my list, in no specific order other than they are numbered this way, Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Number 2 is Scrooged. Number 3 is National Lampoon's Christmas. Number 4 is Elf. Number 5, gotta find it on the list here, is Nightmare Before Christmas. Number 6 is Gremlins. Number 7 is Home Alone. Number 8 is A Christmas Carol, the 2010 one with Jim Carrey. Number 9 is Trading Places. Number 10 is Bad Santa. Number 11 is Die Hard. Number 12 is, I'm searching, Grinch. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Number 13, A Christmas Story. Number 14, It's a Wonderful Life, something we can't get out of our heads every Christmas.
Or away from.
Or away from. Similar to A Christmas Story. Number 15, Lethal Weapon. And number 16, and the final one, is Batman Returns. Now, if you notice my list, it's made up of things that you might be like, Batman Returns. Okay. Some of these just happen during the Christmas holiday. Okay?
Those are the best Christmas movies, I think.
The ones that just happen to have Christmas as the holiday in the background, it's not necessarily like Jingle All the Way was a Christmas movie, or The Santa Claus is a Christmas movie, or Miracle on 34th Street. Some of these movies, just like Die Hard, Christmas was the backdrop.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon. Christmas is just the backdrop. So, I think I have a pretty strong list here. And these are in no random order. They have been randomly matched up against each other, and we're going to get into that in a second here. But based off of what you guys have seen here, Cameron and Curtis, do you think that there's anything that maybe we should pull and put something else in?
I don't know what to suggest to replace it, but I would take the Grinch and throw it as hard as you can away from this list.
So you're not a Grinch fan, I see. It is the number one movie of all time that made money.
Really?
Yeah, the Grinch has made more money than any other movie. It
seems like such a travesty. That movie pains me.
All right. So you're thinking the Grinch. What about you, Curtis?
Well, I think it's a pretty good list, actually. I can't really do away with much. Maybe Trading Places.
Maybe Trading Places?
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of see where you're coming from. It's a little aged against a lot of these other movies, but then again, It's a Wonderful Life is kind of in there for the nostalgic factor. I can see what would you replace it with? Let's hear what your replacement opportunities are.
Does it have to be a movie, or can it be like Michael Jackson's 1987 Christmas special?
It cannot be Michael Jackson's 1987 Christmas special. Although that is fantastic in its own right.
Alright, then we'll leave Trading Places for now.
That was awesome.
You've got the two on here.
And the fact that that is a fond nostalgic memory for you, that you can actually pop it that quick, is pretty impressive.
I love anything Michael Jackson. Haven't you seen me dance?
I have not seen you dance. I have not.
White Boy Can Groove.
White Boy Can Groove. Okay.
You got the two on there, Gremlins and Die Hard, that I am always trying to push into these type of top movie lists. I don't really know what I would replace.
I think we're gonna just stick with the way it is.
That's fair.
I mean, aside from Michael Jackson, God rest his soul.
Right.
I think Die Hard is a cage match, though.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna discuss it. So let's rock into it. Let's get moving here on the Tournament of Pop Culture. In the first bracket, we have Santa Claus with Tim Allen, very good movie, versus Batman Returns, a less than stellar movie, better than the ones that came after it. Yeah. Not quite as good as the one that came before it.
It has one thing over every other movie on this list. It does have Batman in it.
It does have Batman in it, and Danny DeVito.
And Danny DeVito.
You can't forget Michelle Pfeiffer, gentlemen.
Oh, well, yeah, she is hot.
She taught America
in a hot latex suit. Are you kidding me?
All right, so Santa Claus, though, I have to defend Santa Claus for what it's worth. Great Christmas movie, solid premise. You know, the idea of a guy falls into this whole world that Santa Claus isn't real, and he comes to find out he is because he ends up becoming Santa Claus based off his son's wish. And eventually, you know, he's got to keep it secret from everybody. He can't tell no one, and then he lets the cat out of the bag, and it's just that good feeling movie. Another movie that I really wanted to put on here was Santa Claus the Movie. I don't know, with Dudley Moore? You want Dudley Moore.
Right. That's what we should replace Trading Places with.
You want to do that? You want to knock out Trading Places and put in Santa Claus the movie?
Yeah, but it's going to get walked on by Christmas Carol.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know about that.
Wait, that's Christmas Carol 2010.
That's the new one.
All
That's
right.
the creepy Robert Zemeckis version.
Right. Okay. So let's go through on this first one. Santa Claus versus Batman Returns. Honestly, you're probably gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna go Santa Claus.
As far as Christmas, if we're talking about Christmas movies, and I bet the Santa
But
Claus
it deserves. I mean, Batman gets to be on the list. It totally deserves to be on the list. So I
still think this is the only time that Santa Claus just kicked Batman's ass.
Okay, all right. So Santa Claus moves on. If you gentlemen want to put that down on your sheets, Santa Claus moves forward. In our next little cage match, A Christmas Carol 2010 starring Jim Carrey, a very, very well done version of the movie, versus Trading Places with our friend Eddie Murphy, the Oscar fallout.
Yeah. The guy who will not be hosting the Oscars.
If I have to choose between these two movies, I'm probably going to, and we'll break this down, each person gets the vote. If I have to choose between these two movies, I'm probably going to go Christmas Carol. And I'm only going Christmas Carol because of the premise of Christmas Carol, the whole idea of the ghost from the past, the future, as well as the present. But there's another movie on here that falls in that exact same realm, so I don't know. Trading Places holds a fond space in my heart. It's a very funny movie, very entertaining. You get Dan Aykroyd as well as Eddie Murphy in their prime, hardcore, doing some of the funniest stuff I've seen on film.
It's one of those movies when it's on TV, you just
now that I'm talking it out, I might have to. I think I'm going to go Trading Places. I think I am going to go Trading Places. I think Trading Places, especially with the whole way that they kind of pull it out at the end with the whole Dow Jones situation, where they sell the oranges off and all that. Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Trading Places. Cameron, where are you at?
I'm a big Dickens fan, but I really hate that creepy mocap type of filmmaking.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. There's that uncanny valley that we just haven't quite gotten out of. And they just wind up looking like weird aliens or something. I don't know,
Weird claymation.
Right, it's just too close to reality, but not close enough. So on top of that, Trading Places is a comedy classic. So
all right, there it is. So you're going Trading Places. That's got 2 votes, and Curtis just for the sake of
to make it unanimous with Trading Places, just because you got to see Dan Aykroyd in a Santa Claus suit.
That's a good point. All right, next one up: Elf versus A Christmas Story. This is a battle. It depends on how old you are. A lot of people, well, okay, first off, I was a kid in 1982 or 83 when Christmas Story came out, okay? Great movie for a kid I'm the same age as Ralphie. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little kid, the same age as Ralphie, very close to Ralphie or Ralphie's brother's age at the time, okay? So it meant a lot to me. Had a real nostalgic feel to it, great acting. I, personally, because of the show The Night Stalker, was a huge Darren McGavin fan. Darren McGavin was the star of The Night Stalker. He was also the father in Christmas Story. So I have a really special place in my heart. At the same point, I think TBS has blown my mind physically over the last 5 years of pushing this movie down my throat for 24 hours.
Yeah, I have never been alive at a time when that wasn't on all day.
Right, and there is someone who I always meet every year who's like, oh, dude, I can't miss the Christmas Story, and then I'll watch it 5 times in a row.
Yeah, you got it.
I gotta say, I have a warm place. I have a fondness for Elf. I mean, like you guys said, TBS has made it grow on you. There's just something about Elf. It's synonymous with Christmas at this point on this generation.
You're not Santa.
But
no, you're not. You sit on a throne of lies.
Because of that movie, every time I burp, I say, "Did you hear that?"
See. So there's definitely
candy cane forest to the sugar plum river.
Iconicism with it, but A Christmas Story, you can't forget the tongue to the pole. The tongue to the pole is a very iconic scene, as well as.
Tried that, right?
You'll shoot your eye. I mean, there's a line there that has seriously. Okay, so.
And the leg lamp.
And the leg lamp. Okay, so if we're to break this down, Elf versus A Christmas Story. This is going to be a tough one. I'm going to go Christmas Story. I love Elf.
Yeah.
I love Elf, but I'm going Christmas Story.
Well, not that you guys need
what about you,
vote,
Curtis?
But I'm going to have to say Christmas Story.
All right.